Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. One of the most important as well as the greatest challenge in cooking is to create a flavor that you love and enjoy. Now, flavor actually is quite simple based on what we know about the different physiological bases of our tastes. In fact, there are only 5 basic tastes, that is salt, sweetness, sour, bitter, and umami. And the combination of these 5 basic tastes can create infinite variations that we can enjoy and take pleasure in our brain. How does this work? And how can we create the flavor that we love? Now, creating flavor could be complicated. It can involve many different steps. In the past, I talked about in Asian cooking the use of soy sauce in creating flavor, and then also the very commonly used oyster sauce. And the last sauce which I have discussed in the past is hoisin sauce. All of these 3 sauces, when they work together, they create the magic of flavor. The magic of flavor in Asian Chinese cooking. How does this work? And how can you create this flavor by using these 3 common sauces? Now, of course, flavor could be very complicated and can use many different types of flavoring agents. But a lot of them require tremendous amount of knowledge as well as past experience. If you just start to cook stir frying and you want to have a shortcut to create the type of dishes that you love and enjoy in Asian Chinese restaurants, then this approach may be something you would like to get started with. It provides you a initial experimentation to explore the type of flavor that will be available to you. So in this video, I'm going to provide you some of these ideas. One of the most frequently shortcut in create Asian Chinese cooking is to use the combination of 2 sauces, as indicated here, that is oyster sauce and hoisin sauce. In fact, these 2 sauces are so commonly used in Asian Chinese cooking, they are probably the only type of sauces in the world that you can buy them in a 5-pound can. This suggests that these 2 sauces are widely available and heavily used. And in here is a 5-pound can of hoisin sauce. Now, of course, this will provide you with saving. However, this is also an indication of how often these 2 sauces are being used in Chinese and Asian cooking, to the point that you can buy such huge quantity. Now, obviously, people must have to use them quite a bit in order to use them in home cooking. But this type of size is available for home cooks. This is an indication how available and how important these sauces are for home cooking that is creative, innovative, as well as flexible. The availability of the sauce in this quantity has another tremendous advantage because you can put them into bottles that will allow you to dispense them with specificity as well as with spontaneity. And in order to make dispensing this sauce more easily and as well as conveniently, I will transfer them into squeeze bottles. Using a squeeze bottle, I will be able to dispense the sauces more efficiently and also more precisely in the amount that I want. I truly believe there's no better way to make fine adjustment to the amount of sauce that you add to a dish by using a squeeze bottle because it will allow you to put in a small amount or a large amount with only a squeeze of the bottle. And so basically, I have told you up to this point, there are 3 ways that you can make adjustment to the flavor of your dish. To make a dish taste to the flavor that you want, the first of all is that you have to adjust the saltiness of the dish, which is critical for the basic characteristic of a dish. We all love salt, but the amount of salt that you add is very important. In this case, the first way to adjust the saltiness of the dish is by using soy sauce. Now, soy sauce has a great advantage in not just only adjusting the salt level of the dish, but it also adds umami flavor to the dish. When you use soy sauce, you can create what I call the basic level of saltiness of your dish. So the first step when you are adjusting flavor in a stir-fry dish is by adding soy sauce. Now, I do not advocate you to add a specific amount. Rather, I'm going to ask you at the amount by trial and error. You add enough amount that you think that it will reach the saltiness level that you would like, then you will do a taste test to see whether this is how you like it. Now, if you like it to be more, then you can add more soy sauce. Now, this way, you can determine whether soy sauce itself is justified for you to stop right there. By using this method, it is easy for you to learn the flavor characteristic of soy sauce. And you can learn these flavor characteristics with different kinds of food ingredients in different types of dishes. In general, just a few trial and error, you will pretty much get a pretty good idea how much soy sauce that you want to add to reach the level of saltiness that you are looking for. Since there are 3 different kinds of soy sauce, the light soy sauce, the medium soy sauce, which is represented by the Kikkoman soy sauce, as well as the dark soy sauce, I would suggest that you would get all 3 of them, and initially you can try by just using one of them by itself, and then gradually you can add the other 2, and using different combinations as well as different ratio, you might find that certain type of salt characteristics is more desirable for you. When I teach in my cooking class, I always ask my students after they perform the first step, what do they think about the flavor? Do they think anything is missing? Would they add some other flavor to the dish compared to the Chinese Asian dish that they have in the past? Most of them would say, well, perhaps I would like a little bit more umami flavor or more savory. That's the common term that people use. Then the next step I would suggest to do is to have them add some oyster sauce. Now, oyster sauce is well known for its rich umami flavor. Now, soy sauce also has umami flavor as well, but oyster sauce is more prominent because the oyster extract is rich in umami flavor. Now, the wonderful thing about using the squeeze bottle is that you can add any amount that you want with a lot of control. You can add more as you would like to do so later. So I will ask them to add oyster sauce to the dish, and then they will have a quick mix. A taste test will allow them to decide what they think. Most people will come back with the conclusion is that the oyster sauce really adds some savoriness to the dish, and this is of course due to the umami flavor. And then I will ask them, would they like to add some more? Some people will say, this is perfect, but some other people will say, I would like to add more. So by making fine adjustments of a different amount of oyster sauce that you add, you can further fine-tune the flavor of the dish. Now, every time when you do this with this type of fruit ingredients, such with meat, like chicken, beef, or with seafood, like fish or shrimp or vegetables, you will find that the optimum amount of oyster sauce that you add is going to be slightly different for each of these food ingredients. And through this experiment, you will start to see which type of sauces that will work best and what is the amount will be ideal for different kind of food ingredients. Sweetness is definitely an important part of flavor profile. Sweetness adds savoriness to the dish. It enhances the umami flavor. However, in order to add sweetness, you can just add sugar, but there are other options. And one of the best options is to use hoisin sauce. A hoisin sauce contains sugar. As you taste the hoisin sauce, you will detect it immediately. But hoisin sauce also enhances the umami flavor of the dish as well. So to further enhance the flavor of the dish, I frequently then ask the student the next step to use the hoisin sauce in a squeeze bottle to add to the wok. And in this case, a quick mix will allow them to do a taste test and decide what the taste, whether it is just right or they would like to add more. And for most beginners in stir frying, in finding the flavor that they love in the Asian Chinese cooking, these three sauces will provide a flavor profile that they will enjoy. And by having the ability to make fine adjustment of how much of each of the three sauces to add to the stir fry, it provides a great deal of control. and consequently, the dish is far more pleasant and delicious than they anticipated. Now, the free sauces provide an excellent shortcut in creating Asian Chinese flavor. So, as a starter, I recommend you to do exactly what I shown you here. Put the sauces in squeeze bottles so you can distribute them relatively ease and with good accuracy. And then, when the dish is done, shut off the heat and take your time to make adjustment of using these free sauces, starting out with the soy sauce, followed by oyster sauce, and then finally with hoisin sauce to create the flavor that you love. Experiment and trial and error. And quickly you will understand the flavor of each of the sauces, and you will be able to create exactly the type of flavor that you love. I post a video each day to help you to make your home cooking as part of your daily routine using my fast cooking system. If you like to adopt this cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.